Ladies and gents, boys and girls, what is up? Hello from Arlington, Texas. I'm Chris Phillips. This is the Chris Phillips Show. We appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in here on this Friday, February the 27th. As always, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube. Check us out wherever you get your podcasts all across your favorite social media platforms, as well as our website, secunfiltered.com. And as always, we are powered by our friends over at Underdog. Download the Underdog app today. Use promo code SECU to score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. Once again, that is promo code SECU to get $75 in bonus entries today. Once again, I am Chris Phillips. This is the Chris Phillips Show. We got a jam-packed show here on this Friday, February the 27th. We will go at maximum an hour on this show. Again, I am currently sitting in Arlington, Texas, at the Amagi Bank College Baseball Series. I'm currently in my Airbnb just down the road from Globe Life Field. There is currently a game going on right now between Mississippi State and Arizona State that the Dogs are winning. Shout out to them. We love to see it. Hail State indeed. So we're going to be getting down to the ballpark very, very soon. We've got Tennessee and UCLA upcoming at 3 o'clock Central. So we'll keep it tidy. We'll keep it efficient today. Let's say that. We'll keep it efficient. But again, appreciate you all tuning in. I want to tell my guy Chinook, by the way, I'm not late. I think your watch is just a minute fast because my watch said 1 o'clock on the dot. No, I'm just kidding. I was busy over here editing some clips. I'm actually playing around, guys. Fun fact for you all. And I'm not an AI guy. I feel like my dude Chinook might give me some hell for this. I'm not really an AI guy, but I did have a friend of mine introduce me to an AI software for clips, and that has been a life changer to this point. I've been playing around with it, toying with it, using it over the last couple of days. Absolutely love it. It's saving me so much time when it comes to making clips. So the more the merrier when it comes to elite content. Again, guys, can't say thank you enough. We appreciate you all tuning in. Really, really fun stuff here on this Friday. The SEC Unfiltered Tour is currently on the road in Arlington, Texas. Love being in the state of Texas. We'll talk about that. We're going to lead off the show with my top 5 favorite all-time college baseball players. Thought that might be a fun show for you guys. At some point, we're going to talk my top 5 all-time favorite. Maybe we'll do Major League Baseball players and Braves and Atlanta Braves specifically. So, because I am a huge Braves guy, grew up a Braves fan. Nowadays, like I like players. I'm obviously still at the core a Braves dude, but, like players. But, no, I had a lot of favorites growing up when it came to the Atlanta Braves and just as a young ball player, if you will. By the way, it is Friday. It is Friday. So in the spirit of Friday, let's throw in a little Friday rally pillow, shall we? Well, Friday rally pillow. Why not? Let's have a weekend. Let's have a weekend. Why not? Why not? I see y'all in the chat, by the way. Appreciate you all. David Speaks says his top 5, Todd Helton, Chris Burke, Drew Gilbert, Jordan Beck, a.k.a. Mike Honcho, and Christian Moore, a.k.a. Simo. David also says Mississippi State putting belt to ass on the Sun Devil 7-1 bottom 6. They are. They are. Looks great for the SEC right now. Chinook says top 5, Dylan, and Dylan. Love it. He then says Houston Street, Marcotte, Todd Helton, Antoine Duplantis, and Bryce Harper. David Speak says, bro, you got softball content now, Chris. You're getting ahead of the crowd because of the rising popularity of softball. Yeah, so our very own Sierra Clark had Abby Alonso on today. Really great conversation, talking SEC softball. Yeah, Sierra's doing a great job when it comes to our women's sports content especially. So, yeah, y'all definitely go check it out. That was an awesome conversation. Really busy day of content here at SEC Unfiltered. We had SECT that dropped this morning, the layup line that was released at noon, to my show at 1 o'clock. We've got some other football segments that are coming out later today. Friday Night Spikes, of course, is tonight. We are going to go at 8 o'clock Central tonight, the normal time. The only difference is, unfortunately, there will be no Anthony Renato on the show. So you're just going to get a bunch of me, Q&A. I've got the TV right here. I'm going to be at the Airbnb. I love the idea of doing Friday Night Spikes from Globe Life, but I just don't think it would work. I don't think it would work. The chaos, the craziness. I feel like there'd be too much going on. So we'll be right here locked in where you see me right now at the Airbnb. We will rock Friday Night Spikes. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be electric. Really looking forward to it. So, and guys, today's going to be a big Q&A Chris Phillips show. Admittedly, I was scrambling for topics before we got going. So big Q&A. Y'all got any questions? Y'all got any comments? Please fire them off. I would love to get to them. But without further ado, let's get into it, guys. My top 5 all-time favorite college baseball players. Top 5 all-time favorite college baseball players. You're going to notice these are more of like early to mid-2000s because admittedly, and not to sound like, let me pump my chest out, like when I played college baseball, you kind of stop being fans of guys, if you will, and you view them just in a different light. So these are a lot of guys, and there's actually one or two that were more modern-ish era. But these are dudes I grew up and watched and really admired. So, again, top 5 favorite all-time college baseball players. At number 5 for me, David Price at Vanderbilt. Dude was dominant in college. I mean, flat-out dominant. We all know what he did in the big leagues, but people forget how good he was at Vandy. I believe he won the Golden Spikes, if I recall correctly. I think it was 2007. He won the Golden Spikes. Dude was absolutely electric. David Price at number 5 for me. At number 4, like I mentioned, this is the one on my list. It's a little bit more modern. Kevin Kopps at Arkansas. I mean, call the cops. The best slogan for a reliever, for a closer, one of the best that I've ever heard. Call the cops. Kevin Kopps, another Golden Spikes winner. This dude was absolutely electric, was shut down every time he came in the game. You knew the game was over. Kevin Kopps has to make my top 5. At number 3, this is a name pull. Let's see how many of you remember this guy. At number 3, I was a left-handed pitcher. I loved watching this guy deal. Drew Pomeranz at Ole Miss. Y'all remember Drew Pomeranz? One of the things I remember, the first thing I noticed about him, he had that really funky, like he'd come through and his glove was like turned like this. It wasn't like your normal, it was here. Very awkward, but Drew Pomeranz was a stud at Ole Miss. I mean, that dude was filthy, had a good career in the major leagues. Drew Pomeranz was one of those SEC aces, like real, true, bona fide SEC ace. Just the definition of an ace. I got to watch him pitch in person one time. Filthy. When he was at Ole Miss, by the way, just straight up filthy. Fun side note on that, it was Drew Pomeranz versus Blake Cooper on a Friday night at Founders Park. And, of course, the game was like 2-1. Adrian Morales, it's a triple in the 8th inning to give South Carolina a lead. Just electric, though, watching two studs, two aces go back and forth like that. At number 2, I'm going to go Houston Street at Texas. Shut down. You're going to notice a lot of pitchers, by the way. I was a pitcher, so growing up, I gravitated towards watching the pitchers. Houston Street, the epitome of a shutdown closer. What he did at Texas. You know, it's interesting. Texas, for me, growing up, and I don't know why this is, so please don't come at me. I don't know why. I didn't really watch LSU growing up. I don't know if it's just because I grew up in South Carolina. Like, I mean, obviously college baseball wasn't televised, but I didn't watch LSU. I wasn't really familiar with LSU all that much, but I was very familiar with Texas baseball. Texas baseball was elite in the early 2000s. Going, and I believe they won the Natty in 2005. They won it in football. I forget the last baseball Natty, but I think it was early 2000s. Either way, Houston Street, dominant, shut down. Number 2 for me. Number 1 all-time favorite college baseball player. This was the first college baseball player I really gravitated towards, and he's not a pitcher, by the way. Probably to this day, still the smoothest, swaggiest dude I've ever seen on a baseball field. I've never seen someone make it look so easy. My number 1 favorite all-time college baseball player, Justin Smoke at South Carolina. Yes, again, I was born and raised a South Carolina fan. Justin Smoke was that dude, bro. A Carolina boy. I'll never forget I remember his walk-up song when he was at South Carolina. I went to a game at Sarge Fry, and his walk-up song was "These Are My People" by Rodney Atkins. I still love that song to this day because of that. Had a good professional career, played for the Blue Jays, played for the Rangers. Justin Smoke, man, I mean, dude hit bombs. He was part of that murderer's row for South Carolina when they had Smoke, Disher, Darnell, Havens, Grindstaff. I mean, you just go down the list. Crisp. Go down the list of these guys. I mean, just this dude hit mammos. This guy, Justin Smoke played in college when they had the blue and white stealth. They had the orange stealth. If you know, you know. If you remember those bats, them things were red hot. Justin Smoke, for me, my all-time favorite college baseball player. Dude, I remember I played first base in high school, and I wore an Easton wristband because Justin Smoke wore an Easton wristband. Like that thick, kind of like that wide, that thick black Easton wristband. I wore that because Justin Smoke wore one. Like, this dude, swaggy. I wish I could have hit like Justin Smoke, but I wasn't even remotely close. But Justin Smoke, my all-time favorite. Dude was as smooth as ever on the ball. I mean, that was a dude. I think everybody who likes baseball liked Justin Smoke. That dude hit, again, the swag. I'll never forget him against Clemson, which ironically enough, we're talking about this. Carolina-Clemson gets going tonight. I'll never forget. And apparently I was told the story after. It was a guy he played high school ball with. Funny enough. It was a guy he played high school ball with. It was a game at Clemson. So funny enough, Carolina-Clemson used to be a midweek rivalry. It used to be like Florida State. They play 4 times throughout the season, and they play on a bunch of random Tuesdays. Thank God they don't do that anymore. But yeah, it was the Clemson pitcher missed, like I think low and in, almost hit him in the shin or whatever. And you see Justin Smoke stare down the pitcher. And I don't think it's the next pitch, but it's like 2 pitches later. Hits one, if you've ever been to Doug Kingsmore, hits one over the Cajun Cafe, over their batting cages or whatever, their like batting facility. This ball had to go 500 feet. I mean, God, this ball hasn't landed it yet. This ball has not landed yet. As you can imagine, growing up a South Carolina fan, I watched a lot of good baseball. I mean, a lot of elite baseball growing up. Justin Smoke, for me, my all-time favorite. Justin Smoke was a badass. So, a couple of honorable mentions. Want to shout out my dude Blake Cooper at South Carolina. The progression of Blake Cooper from very average weekend starter to a bona fide stud on Friday nights for South Carolina in 2010 was awesome to watch. Another special shout out, Tyler Colvin. I know, sacrilegious to mention a Clemson Tiger, but he played at my high school, North Augusta High School, spent some time in the big leagues, was a 4th outfielder with the Cubs for a while. He hit the big home run against Oral Roberts, I think in like 2006. I think it was a super regional, maybe. Maybe it was a super for sure because it was on TV. Who remembers, by the way, this is just segueing to college baseball chatter. Do y'all remember? I mean, guys, you think about how much college baseball has grown. I remember watching like Gamecast. It wasn't even like ESPN Gamecast. It was like literally you would watch it. It was the diamond. And like if they hit a single, it'd show the ball going and then it'd show single. But like that was how you had to watch regionals. We didn't even have regionals televised. I'm making myself sound like a boomer, like I'm crazy old. But like we didn't have regionals on TV. That's like insane to think about now. That regionals were not televised. I mean, I remember, if you're really an OG, if you remember this, there used to be a website. I remember being in college. There used to be a website that had a list of links that they were all like cameras that people had set up in the press boxes. And it was just a behind the plate view. There were no commentators, there was no score, there was no count, there was no anything. But at least you had a camera, you could see the games. You could have that pulled up, StatCast pulled up, or whatever it was, Gamecast, and you could follow the game. But that's how we watched the games. That's what's so crazy. That's how we literally watched the games. Did not have any TV. You didn't get TV until the super regionals. Like I remember being a kid, going to the pool. We'd go to the pool with my buddies when I was in high school, and like they'd have a TV out there, and the super regional would be on. It's just crazy. It's crazy to think how much college baseball has grown It's awesome to see. Now we have all these tournaments. We have streaming. We have every game's on TV. It seems like every game can be watched. It's awesome, dude. I don't know if anybody else remembers that, but I do. And again, it's just crazy to see how much college baseball's grown. So, again, we are in Arlington, Texas. Speaking of, at the Amagi Bank College Baseball Series, Mississippi State is up 7-1 on Arizona State, bottom of the 7th. So, good start for the SEC. Love it. Hail State. Go Dogs. Go Dogs, baby. Dogs win again. Dogs should win again. We'll get a lot of game left. But, yeah, my guy David Speak says Justin Smoke was a badass. I remember him. He was. Yeah, Texas did. Dude, Texas had a hell of a year in 2005, didn't they? Won the football natty, and they won the baseball natty. So, Ansel says you're full of crap. I've heard worse, my friend. Trust me. If that's the worst you have to say, I will take it. I will take it. Will Korb says you better have Michael Roth, number 1. Michael Roth is definitely another honorable mention. I will throw him in there as well. I tried to mix it up, Will. I could go top 5 here at Carolina baseball players. I mean, I really could. I could go Robert Berry. That was another one. Love Robert. I had him on the show way back in the day. Whit Merrifield's obviously got to be an all-time. Jackie Bradley, Christian Walker. I mean, you could just go down the list of all. I mean, which, not to take the convo fully South Carolina, but, man, it really – it's kind of depressing. It's kind of depressing to reflect on those great South Carolina teams and then see South Carolina as what they are now. It's hard to believe, to be honest with you. It's just flat out hard to believe how bad the program is right now. So, and I think South Carolina should be good. I still think I don't know. Like I don't know what the public perception, certainly the national perception is. Do people think South Carolina should be good at baseball? I mean, I think they should, obviously. I don't know what people nationally think, though, or even conference-wide think about South Carolina baseball. Like, I used to revere it, and I still kind of do, that, like, it should be a top 5 job in the country. It should be one of the premier programs in the country. I mean, they're the last team that went back-to-backs, and they almost won 3 in a row. Like, I watched the South Carolina game when they lost to Queens Tuesday, or was it Wednesday night they lost? And, like, Grayson Griner's up there doing the play-by-play, and I'm like, I know he's got to be just torn up inside watching this. South Carolina used to have a swag about them, just like it meant a lot to wear that SC on the cap. It meant a lot, dude. And now, I mean, it still does, but, oof, God. My guy Chris Brown in here. Yes. Chris, what's up, man? How about that? Shout out Chris Brown. Steve Pierce, Reese Havens, Drew Chris, Justin Smoke. Yeah, Chris, our guy Chris Brown as well, dude. Can't forget Chris. Appreciate you, my dog. You're the man. Appreciate you. Yeah. It's great to see all the former Gamecock baseball players doing big things. I know, Chris, you're coaching. Adrian Morales is down in Miami coaching. Landon Powell. Trey Dyson, my guy Trey Dyson. I don't know. Chris, you tell me what you think, man. Carolina baseball, how do we get it back? How do we get South Carolina baseball back to where it belongs, man? It's I think all of us agree. I know a lot of those guys can't really speak out, but I don't think Paul Maneri's the guy, brother. I just, all due respect, he's a legend. He's won over 1,500 games as a head coach. He's not the right answer in 2026. Guy was a great coach in 2009, early 2010s. He's not a great coach now. I think that goes without saying. I think Paul Mainieri will probably be fired by season's end. I wonder where they go next. I really do. So maybe Landon Powell should get a ring. Maybe Skylar Meade should come back to Columbia, come over from Troy. He's done good things for that program. Maybe it's somebody else, but, man. Dude, who remembers? I know Chris Brown remembers Jim Tolman. Jim Tolman's a legend. Not wasn't a player. He was a coach. But when you had that Tanner, Tolman, you had, was it Jerry Myers was the pitching coach? I forget who was the pitching coach before Jerry Myers. There was somebody else. I can't recall who it was. But, man, so many legends, dude. So many legends that rolled through Columbia, played at the old Sarge Fry, and then at Founders Park. And, I got to be honest. I'll be honest with you. It irks me to see guys now at and no disrespect to the current guys at Carolina, but it irks me to see these guys rocking the numbers of some of these legends, because it's like, bro, it means something to wear 19. It means something to wear 5. It means something to wear 29. It means something to wear 12. It means something to wear, all these different players that have come through. And it's just like, man, like, kind of feels like you're disgracing the name of Carolina baseball. And again, I don't mean that as like an attack on the current guys, but good God, dude. We're so far removed from what those teams were. So either way, a lot of legends, including my guy, Chris Brown. Chris, I appreciate you tuning in. Really cool stuff. So David Speaks says, I think Ray Tanner retiring reminds me of Philip Fulmer with Tennessee. What's wild, David, and I go back to like, man, do you think back like, bro, Chad Holbrook wasn't a bad coach, was he? And like, do you know how bad you have to be to make Mark Kingston look good? I think every Carolina fan sign up for the Mark Kingston era at this point. I mean, really, truly. But it's just been a steady decline, and sure enough, now here we are. So, fun weekend in college baseball, though. Carolina-Clemson's a rivalry that seems like always delivers. They'll play tonight at Founders Park. Florida-Miami tonight and all throughout the weekend. This tournament here, great weekend for college baseball. Great weekend for college baseball, man. I'm excited for it. And I hope Carolina-Clemson gets back to what it was, because you can call it the best rivalry in college baseball, but it's really hard for a rivalry to be the best rivalry in the sport when it's like one of the teams is so terrible. And Clemson hasn't been, quite what they had been. I mean, they haven't made it to Omaha since 2010, and I don't think they've made it to a super since 2010, which is nuts for that program. It's flat out nuts. Flat out nuts. Clemson's one of the best programs in college baseball as well. Certainly they're one of the best. That's actually a fun conversation. What's the best program in the country that has not won a national championship? There's a laundry list of programs. I mean, I think Clemson's up there. Florida State's up there. Who from the SEC hasn't won one? I'm trying to think. When it comes to like best programs, I don't know. I'd have to look down the list, but there's a number of them that are really good programs that somehow, some way, just have not been able to break through and win a natty. Guys, keeping it moving. The NFL Combine's going on right now. I'm not an NFL Combine guy. I don't get the hype. I really don't get the hype. It does not move the needle for me at all. It really doesn't. We don't have to even spend a ton of time on it. I'm not a combine guy. I realize every day that there are people that love football more than I do, because the NFL Combine, like it's cool to see how fast guys run, I suppose, how big they are, their vertical, but like I don't care. I don't care. I was actually talking with a buddy of mine earlier, wink, wink, that let's do an MLB Combine. Let's do that. I'll watch guys run 60s and throw from the outfield, and watch pop times and watch guys throw bullpens. Let's just do that. Watch some live BP. Sure. I mean, if we have it for the NFL, why don't we do it for MLB? Also, bring back the college home run derby, please, for the love of God. That is the most no-brainer thing. I don't know why. I guess the only challenge I could see is maybe guys are playing in summer leagues, and it's like trying to get them all together would be difficult. But, I mean, planes exist for a reason. It's not that hard to travel. So I'd love it as someone who's going to go to the College World Series essentially every year. Let's please get that home run derby back. I'd love to see it. I got like a itch on my nose right now. Something's going on here. Anyways. Somebody asked, Kyle says, what does the eye test tell you about Mississippi State? Kyle, they're really good. I thought Mississippi State was really good coming in. I think obviously just getting the eye test on them, though, obviously I'm not at the game right now. We just had tons of content to get out, and I was like, man, we got to get it done. And for the sake of consistency, obviously, and I love doing this show, I wanted to do my show today. We'll be at all the other 8 games. I will leave tonight early to do Friday night spikes. It's Texas A&M, Virginia Tech. I don't think that one should be much of You would think baseball's funky. That one shouldn't be much of a problem for the Aggies. Crazier things have happened. Also, just nobody knows anything about Virginia Tech, though, because you realize I don't think any of their games have been streamed, which is mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. Chinook wants to know why there isn't a baseball team at Colorado. That's a great question. I didn't realize that. I don't know. Why isn't there a baseball team at Colorado? That's weird. Does Colorado State have one? I'm assuming they do. I mean, I don't know why Colorado would not have a baseball team. That's very, very odd. Guys, it's great to be back in the state of Texas. I'll tell you this. I love Texas for a number of reasons. I think the number one reason I love Texas, though, there's such like a fuck you energy here. And I say that as the utmost compliment. But when you come to Texas, it's like, we are Texas. When people say like everything's bigger in Texas, like the pride of Texas is unmatched. Just people in Texas, they're like, it's Texas and then the other 49 states. Like, we are Texas. Like, it's a different, like, and the people are super genuine and cool and like, but I love the energy. Like, you know when you're in Texas. Excuse me. You know when you're in Texas. It's just a different vibe. It's a different energy. It's a different mentality. I love it. The people of Texas don't give a fuck, dude. They don't give a damn. People from Texas party, too. Obviously, the barbecue's incredible. The food's awesome. But Texas is just Texas is its own world. Really, truly, genuinely its own world. I love it. I really genuinely love Texas. It's a great place. So, guys, I'd love to take your questions, your comments. We're going to hit the ballpark literally right after this. So I'd love to hear from you all. Let's get some questions in here, man. Let's get some questions. There are days where I've got a number of topics lined up that we get really in depth to. Today is one of those. I'd love to open it up to you all and y'all kind of run the show. I mean, that's the beauty of this show. I love the Q&A. I love the back and forth. I love the banter. Kyle, born and raised in Texas, dude. I'm telling you, man, the energy of Texas is just, it's awesome. It's awesome. Such a brash, bold, the bravado, like the pride of Texas is just so unmatched. So unmatched. Chinook says the Chinook team, LSU, Arkansas, and Tennessee fans. Love that. Is that our Chinook? Are you saying like that's your? I know you're not saying that's your favorites, right? Because I know our friends over at let me put it this way. I don't want to say our friends over at Chinook don't love Arkansas. Some of the folks within Chinook aren't necessarily fond of the Arkansas Razorbacks. I think that's fair to say. I think that's very fair to say. So, it'd be another fun top 5 list, like the top 5 bats of all time. That orange stealth has got to be number 1. That orange stealth was just, dude, I'm telling you, if you played when the orange stealth was a thing, if you played when the orange stealth was a thing and you don't have any scars to show for it, you came out on top, especially if you pitched during that era, because my God, those bats were terrifying. I mean, I remember when guys were capping oppo shots. When they were capping opposite field home runs. And that was, y'all remember, right, when it went from that to the BB core? I remember like in 2011, maybe. I think Texas was there, and they only hit like 40 home runs as a team, but they had like a 1.1 ERA. It's like something crazy. And they had this, I forget who the pitcher was, but they had some like 6'8" dominant pitcher. Yeah. Good stuff. Chinook, the only thing I hate is that I did not bring any seeds with me, and there's no seeds at this event, so it's unfortunate. We're going to be lip pillowing our way through the weekend. So, other than that, guys, everything's great. Business is great. Content's rolling. We are working on. I'll share with you guys right now. We are working on plans for March Madness. I think we're going to do some stuff in Nashville, Tennessee, specifically. I was going back and forth. What do we want to do with, the opening weekend specifically? Because obviously teams will be everywhere. I was thinking about maybe going back to Vegas and posting up at like a casino and having all the TVs. And I was like, why don't we keep it local? So I think we're going to partner up with our friends at Outlaw Beer. We're going to do something like a HQ, a hub to watch the games, have Outlaw involved, and give away some beer and have a tab, or we'll do something fun with it. So really excited. Those guys are awesome. It's funny. I was talking with them this morning. They were like, yeah, Hardy's our big partner. Obviously they're like, he's got some concerts. If you want to go to that CMA Fest, he's performing. You want to go? I'm like, twist my arm's like a tap, and you got me to go. I mean, it's like, you don't have to, you ain't got to convince me, brother. You ain't got to convince me. I promise. I'm more than down. So going to be a fun summer. Going to be a really fun summer. They want to do something in Omaha too. Outlaw does. So we've got some fantastic partners, man, and some fantastic things in the pipeline. We've got some really, really cool stuff, some really fun stuff. I mean, I've said it before. I'll say it again, man. I'm having more fun than I've ever had. It's just, we're extremely blessed. We're extremely blessed on this side. The journey's been incredible. I could go on and on and on. We could do and maybe we will do this. We'll do like a series of the story of SEC Unfiltered, how we got to this point. It is a long journey from 2017 to now. So much has changed. So much has evolved. I mean, it's truly, it's incredible when you take a moment to really reflect. I mean, I remember I didn't really travel anywhere from 2017 to 2024. And then now I feel like I'm on a flight every other weekend. I mean, it's actually kind of crazy. It really is. So very blessed, very grateful for it all. Without you guys, the love and support, none of it would be possible. Yeah, we've got a great team. Obviously, my guy Cole Thompson doing the football show with me. Anthony Renato has been great on the baseball content. Alex Dotrieve and Brian Gagori with our basketball content. Sierra Clark with SECT. It's been awesome. And we're only growing. We're only getting bigger. We're only looking to add more talented people. And it's truly a blessing. Yes, Shook, this is my biggest fan behind me. We got the fan going. I saw what you said about my shirt, by the way. What's wrong with this shirt? I think this is very Texas. I got the boots with me too. We're rocking the boots to the game today. I don't have the cowboy hat on me, unfortunately, but we got the SECU lid, which, by the way, I need to get the entire Chinook team, which, would be really fun, Chinook. We need to – I think I can get a hat made. I think one of our variants, we can do a red bill, and we'll do like the blue SECU for like a Chinook collab, Chinook SECU collab. I think that'd be fun. Definitely want to get the team, though, some merch. Let me know how we can do that. You could shoot me a text, and we can get the crew over some hats and some shirts and, like I said, some different merch. I think that'd be cool. I think that'd be really, really cool. So, yeah, 7-2 now, by the way. Mississippi State up on Arizona State, top of the 8th. Mississippi State has gone to the bullpen. So Dogs are 2 outs in the top of the 8th. So it looks like they are cruising to a win in this game. But, yeah, the college baseball season's off and running, man. We're off to a great start. I will say, by the way, thank you all so much for the love. For those that tune in, I'm sure there's many of you tuning in right now that tune in to Glue Guys. Glue Guys has taken off, dude. It has taken off. I mean, I'm thrilled with the viewership on Glue Guys. I mean, for us to be getting the viewership that we are getting at this point in the season, non-conference play, obviously we're ways away from the postseason. We've always seen a pretty decent viewership during the regular season. It bumps up a little when we get to conference play, of course, and then it really explodes when we get to postseason. We're putting up postseason numbers on our shows in non-con, which is just awesome, man. Which is awesome, and I can't say thank you enough for it. My guy Robbie Davis is in the chat, one of the OGs. Robbie, what's going on? I hope you and the fam are doing well, man. Really do. Hope you're doing really, really well. Randy Etheridge says, welcome to Texas, cigars and bourbon on deck. Yeah, where are they at? Where are the cigars and bourbon? Where are the cigars and bourbon? There's actually a place right across the street from the stadium that I think is a cigar lounge. So, yeah, I think it's a cigar lounge. Kyle says, I'm jealous that you're going to the games at Globe Life. The stadium with Texas Live is such a great atmosphere. Yeah, I'll tell you this. Like, I was super pumped. This is no knock, obviously, on the Jacksonville tournament we were at last weekend. I was pumped to be there, and we had a blast and a great time, and I'm glad I went. this tournament hits different. Like just being at the Rangers Stadium. Such a great venue, man. Such a great venue. You know, I came here last year. That was the first time I've ever been to a baseball stadium that's a dome. I had never been to a domed baseball stadium before, which is a really cool vibe. It's a very interesting, unique vibe, very different if you're not used to it. But yeah, the Globe Life is, I mean, I know new stadiums are popping up left and right. I have to imagine Globe Life is going to be the home of the Rangers for the next at least like 30 years. Have to imagine. I can't. I mean, that park is so nice. I mean, I can't imagine them scrapping that for something else. Although the Rangers, they seem like they pop up a new ballpark every 15 years. I mean, they weren't at Great American Ballpark that long, which is nuts. But really good stuff. Really good stuff. We got. Is that just now? That just happened? Wow. Mississippi State, first pitch of the bottom of the 8th, bomb. I don't know who number 5 is, but bomb for the Dogs. I'll say this. What my eyes tell me here, this is a great sign because I think the big question was, hey, is Mississippi State going to swing it well enough? And sure enough, I mean, they're tearing the cover off the ball right now. So good looks for Mississippi State early. Excited to watch them go up against UCLA. Those are the big matchups, I think, for the SEC. Seeing how the SEC fares against the number 1 team in the country. And, I mean, hey, if the SEC does well and UCLA struggles, maybe we have a new number 1 team. Is it going to be Texas? Could it be Mississippi State? God forbid, do they leapfrog the top 3 and get to the number 1 spot? I think Texas more than likely if they go 3-0. I will be very curious, especially if LSU loses another game this weekend and UCLA, let's just say, goes 1-2. I could see Texas leapfrogging. I really could. The only damn shame is we don't get Texas LSU during the regular season. I hate that. I hate we don't get that series. I hate that we don't get that. My guy Robbie Davis, he's going to be watching Carolina Clemson. I'd expect nothing less, my friend. I'm hoping the best for Carolina. I don't have high hopes. I did pick Clemson to win the series. I mean, I remember back in the day when I would pick Clemson to win a series over Carolina. That was sacrilegious. Like, you just don't do that. Now, I mean, it's sad again because I've never seen the Carolina baseball fan base so down and out, so dejected, so checked out. It's a shame. It's a shame. But we'll see. We'll see. Chinook, does Carolina kick the tires on Tony V after his first season in MLB if they go that way? I just don't think Tony's leaving pro ball after a year. Do you? I mean, I just don't see it. He took that job for a reason, right? Like, I think he's probably there at least 3 or 4 years. I mean, Tony Vitello, Tony's smart about it. He left if and when he comes back to college baseball, his stock is still going to be astronomically high, as it should be. He will have the pick of whatever job he wants. Whatever job he wants. Does he want the South Carolina job? I mean, Arkansas is the one that makes the most sense when DBH hangs it up. Arkansas would make the most sense. I don't know. I think he's in pro ball at least for a couple of years. But, yeah, you got to ask. You got to call him. Here's the thing, Chinook. Whoever brings Tony Vitello back to college baseball, you'd have to make him the highest paid coach in the country. Higher than Jay, you'd have to get him back. Like, I think Tony Vitello could be the first college baseball coach to make like $5 million a year. And I don't think South Carolina would pay that. I don't think they would. I mean, I'm not saying he wouldn't be worth every penny. I just don't think they're going to spend the money. So, anyways, all right, we got any other questions? Any other comments before we get out of here? I'm going to go ahead and call it 40 minutes in. I'm ready to get to the ballpark. I just wanted to come by and say hello to you all. I like chatting with you guys, man. I love doing it. And the other big reason, we will not have a Tuesday show. We will not have a Tuesday show here because I'm getting back from Arlington late Sunday night. Guys, I'm actually going skiing next week, believe it or not. I got invited to go to Breckenridge, Colorado. I've never been out west to go ski, and I had to take advantage of it. I don't normally take trips during the season, during the baseball season, but it lined up so perfectly. If you're going to do it, this is the time, non-conference play. I was like, man, I can't say no. So I got a free place to stay out in Breckenridge. So I'm so pumped. So pumped to get out there. Going to be out there Monday through Friday. Get back Friday, really Friday morning. So we'll have the Friday show. Chinook, I'm a big skier. I don't feel like you just learned this. But yeah, I'm a big skier, man. I love it. I'm a big skier. So Robbie Davis asked when we go live Tuesdays and Fridays at 1 o'clock Central. This show, the Chris Phillips Show, Tuesday, Friday, 1 o'clock Central, unless otherwise noted. Obviously, we did not have a Friday show last week because I was on the boat in Jacksonville. Again, just could not pass up the opportunity. But this is just kind of my hour to ramble with you all. I mean, really, truly, that's what I like using this hour for. Still, Chinook, do you want me to smoke a cigar in the Airbnb? I don't think they'd welcome me back. I have a pretty good reputation on Airbnb. I'd like to keep my 5-star rating. I do not think the folks would appreciate me smoking a cigar in the Airbnb as much as I'd like to. That is my goal, to one day have a studio that is cigar friendly. A cigar friendly studio would be quite ideal. It'd be quite ideal. I'm not chewing the cigar. That is the waste of a good cigar. That is how dare you? How dare you say that? I know you're joking. At least I hope you are. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. Terrible. Straight to jail if you're chewing on the cigar. Straight to jail if that's all you're doing with it. Straight to jail. Straight to jail. I want to be smoking the cigar. So, all right. That being said, guys, let's go ahead and put a pin in it. I'm going to get down to the ballpark, which is essentially will be my home for the next 24, 48, 56-ish hours or so. We'll be posted up at Globe Life. If you're at Globe Life, if you're tuned into this show and you're going to be at Globe Life, you are at Globe Life, whatever it might be, holla at your boy, say what's up. It's going to be a really, really fun time. I'm excited for it. It's going to be electric baseball. We're already off to a great start. Mississippi State up big time. 8 o'clock Central, Friday night Spikes. 8 o'clock Central. It's just going to be me. So big Q&A show. We are going to go an hour. This will not be like your 2.5 or whatever hour Friday night Spikes. I honestly think, you've noticed if you've tuned into Friday night Spikes, the shows are shorter. I think it's made them higher quality. Last year we'd be live for 2.5 hours at times. And it was fun, but we're just kind of kicking the, just I don't know, man. I think now we're much more condensed, much more value in a shorter amount of time. I think it's a much more action-packed show than it was a season ago, in my personal opinion. They were some fun nights. Don't get me wrong. They were some fun nights, and I'm not saying we'll never have one that goes long. I'm not saying we'll never have one, but yeah, it's a little much to be going like 2 hours. I say that and watch tonight. We'll have a bunch of thrillers, and I'll stay on for the end of some of these games. So, I'm trying to we'll have some games finishing up at the conclusion of Friday Night Spike. So we might go an hour and a half just to get the finals in there. Florida, Miami will be finishing up. Carolina, Clemson will be finishing up. So we'll have some fun games to discuss. But guys, in the meantime, really appreciate you all tuning in. To Go Box needs to be a guest. I'll just make sure, Chinook, not to fall asleep at the ballpark. If you know, you know. So, guys, really appreciate you all. I'm going to hit the road, get down to Globe Life, follow along for all the content. Content is bleeding out of the eyeballs today, tonight, all throughout the weekend. Really, really excited and really stoked to be in Arlington and be at this great tournament. and watch all the college baseball again. I can't say thank you all enough for tuning in. The Chris Phillips Show, Tuesdays, Fridays, 1 o'clock Central. Make sure, as always, you hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube. Check us out wherever we get your podcasts, all across your favorite social media platforms, as well as our website, secunfiltered.com. So I think that's it. I think we're going to call it. I'm going to go get that Friday Night Spikes live stream scheduled right now. Then we're going to head to the ballpark. Guys, y'all take care. Appreciate y'all. Have a great rest of your Friday. Have a great weekend. Tune in tonight. Friday Night Spikes, the best live game day show in college baseball. You already know the drill. Till tonight. Appreciate y'all. Have a good one. Peace.